All right, what's up, guys? This is the first video of what's going to be my 2024 YouTube adventure. Okay, so I'm in Toronto right now, or in the surrounding area, just pouring up some pre-workout before I hit the gym. And I was writing a post. Okay, I was literally writing a post just now. I wrote down a whole story on Instagram, and the post got deleted. And I'm like, fuck, that was a banger. And I wish that I could have posted it, but instead I'm going to make this video, because it's been on my mind for a while that I want to share more of the story of what's actually going on in my life and how the fuck we actually got here. Right now, with the new changes and me ending up in Toronto unexpectedly with an apartment search on the way, hopefully in the next couple of days we'll have it. I get to tell the story of becoming again. And the post I was going to put up was me in my second apartment. It was a beautiful home. It hit all of the markers of what I really aspired for. And I was really excited about it because it was a testimony to what is possible when you set your mind to your goals, and how many people don't actually see a future that is exciting to them. Now, growing up, I had a very unique experience where my family, my grandfather and my grandmother, they built a very successful business that allowed them to build a beautiful home, okay? A beautiful custom home that we grew up in for the first few years of my life. Now, I say the first few years because it didn't last very long. A few bad deals and, some arrangements that ended up having people getting killed in the deal. Literally, there was hits put out on my grandfather, which is a story I can talk about another time. But they had to let go of everything. They lost everything. But for the first few years of my life, I was living in luxury. I remember still what it feels like to sleep on heated marble floors and to see the finishing of the cabinets and to have beautiful island kitchens where the family is all cooking together and you have all this space and we're doing baking things and my grandma's cooking and the fridges are full and we have big family rooms with high ceilings and it's all white and we get the biggest Christmas tree possible and it's like almost hitting the ceiling. How do we even get it in here? And these experiences that I remember were imprinted in my mind. And this is super, super important to understand, because when we lost everything and we were living part-time on the island in Victoria, Vancouver Island, the house is still there. If I edit this, I'll put a picture right here of the house. But that imprinted with me while I went back and lived in the city with my mom, who had recently been divorced. I was around 2 years old when my mom and my dad got divorced. My dad went back to Italy. I don't have a relationship with him. But me and my sister were left with my mom. And she wanted to live in the city, and she didn't have a business acumen, right? She was more interested in intellectual things and culture and travel. And so we ended up on government housing because she just had to manage the kids, right? So we were on welfare. She finessed welfare to make sure that we had a comfortable childhood. And I got to give my mom credit because my childhood was fantastic given the circumstances, all right? We didn't feel poor until we started dealing with other kids who had more money where we went to school, right? So on that side, I got to give my mom credit, but we were still on government housing, living on welfare in a neighborhood with other kids and immigrant families who were living the same. And so when I had this experience with the homes and I saw this imprinted image of like what home was, being in this luxury environment, and then seeing my grandfather work to build it, I have this image of him working at his desk. He's got the phone line blinging, sons behind him, floor to ceiling windows in a home office, fax machine is printing invoices, and clients were all over the world. It wasn't a job. That's what work was imprinted in my mind as. So that was work, and then this was home, and family was all together. That's what the dynamic was like. And so when I went back into like the neighborhoods in Vancouver where others had never seen or experienced this kind of stuff, I ran into a lot of friction because I was talking about big dreams. I'm like, where are we going? What are we looking for? What kind of lives are we're trying to create here? And I wanted big visions because I saw what was possible. I knew that this was the life that I wanted to live, or it was basically the life that we were supposed to live because it was the default setting, right? And there's a lesson here that is absolutely critical, which I'm going to get to in a second, which is that when I had conversations with my friends who never had these experiences, I got angry because I was like, these people are pushing back on me. They're like, shut up. You have less money than us. Why? Like, what do you like? They thought I was arrogant. I would make them uncomfortable because I'd be pushing on something that I thought that was in all of us, but they've never seen it. And so it was my exposure to what is possible that allowed my vision to expand and my standards to be set so high that when I was dealing with the people around me, they just literally couldn't see it because they've never seen it. And so I was very resentful and felt very alone in this because I wanted to go to the top with my friends and I wanted to have a community of people that won together because I knew that it was possible. And the only difference between us and the people who we already saw having these incredible lives was a mindset or a belief and time, right? Because all we really need is the right moment, the right info, the right offer, the right opportunity, and the readiness, which is the mindset and your competency as an individual to capitalize to change your life forever. And I knew this, and I was trying to share what I saw and I felt and I knew to be possible with my friends, but they just couldn't see it. And so when when I kind of got to the end of my rope where people just wouldn't listen to me, they wouldn't jump on the bandwagon that I thought like was obvious, I just had to start doing it myself. And so the life that I'd created was built off of this exposure and this awareness of what is possible. And now people are starting to listen because I've been able to be a demonstration or an example of what is possible for them. And it is my belief that my entire life story, my whole life, is about learning from the masters who have come before me to apply their wisdom and to create incredible and extraordinary and fulfilling results, purposeful results in my life that fulfill me so deeply that when I share them with the world, they resonate through the beings that observe it and enable them to go out and do it themselves. Because while I have my field, while you have your field, while you have your craft and your mastery and your thing that you want to pursue, if we share in this image, this belief, this energy of potentiality and of permission to go the distance, I will become a master of my thing and I will give it to the world. And you will become a master of your thing and you will give it to the world. And we share those contributions and we're able to specialize and to stand out in that way and to build up the future, to build up the new world in such a way that is inspiring and is fulfilling and is governed and driven by individuals who are excited to perform in their field. This is a world that I'm excited to be in, and this is a world that I'm here to create, or to influence at least, through my content, through my material, and through my life story. And so this was basically the premise of the post that I wanted to put up, and I think that it's a blessing actually that it didn't go up, because otherwise I wouldn't have shot this video. I'd been procrastinating a little bit on the YouTube because like, oh, I got to be here, there, that. But I think this is actually perfect. This is exactly what I want to be doing. I want to keep them light. I'll do some edits probably here and there as we go, but ultimately the point of the page is to make sure that you guys get the message, you guys get what you need to go the distance, and I can be here as an example and as a resource and a support for you guys along the path. So that's that. We'll smash this pre-workout, get the gym popping, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Bow. Bow. Gotta be honest, I like this pre-workout. Batch 27, okay. Sour gummy bear. So now we're gonna hit LA Fitness here in Mississauga. And in the next few days, I should have my Toronto apartment. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Love you guys. Leave you guys. See you guys in a bit. Wow.